All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's quickly do an audio test. I guess you can hear me clearly. This is Abhijit here. We'll be taking your webinar today on the power of the Relative Strength Index, RSI. Good evening, and thank you for joining today's webinar. Thank you, Manoj, Dilip, Shrishant, Suraj, Bhagwan, Siddharth, Shubhendu, Floyd, Vital, Ketan, Indra. Great. So you can hear me clear. That's good. I have also shared my screen. You should be able to see a very white chart on the Nifty and below a red line, which is the relative strength index of the 14 period. Today, we will be digging a little deep into a very unique, a very dynamic, a very special indicator, which is the relative strength index. It is widely used. It is widely misunderstood. So it is widely misused also. Today, we will be looking into three main aspects of the indicator. There are many other aspects, but three very unique aspects of the indicator that one can quickly use, understand, use, implement in their day-to-day trading, and they'll be really, really helpful for you. Few quick guidelines. आज का जो webinar है, I will be keeping it in 2 languages, bilingual it is. So English and Hindi दोनों में बात करूंगा. Don't worry, you will not miss out on any concept. हर एक concept को मैं दोनों language में explain करूंगा. अगर आपको कोई भी doubts है, doubt से याद आया, please आप इस chat window पे धड़ाधड़ question type मत कीजिएगा. Please do not flood the chat window with lot of questions. I will lose track of them. So what I'll do is, I have thought of this webinar into 6 parts today. 6 भाग में मैं ये webinar को conduct करने वाला हूँ. एक भाग के बाद I will open the floor for questions. Keep your questions with yourself and put them when we discuss the question. So एक section खत्म करेंगे, question answer discuss करेंगे, and at the end पूरे चीज को रिफ्रेश करके और एक राउंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आंसर डिस्कस करेंगे. राइट, यू आर देयर ऑन द म्यूट मोड सो दैट आपका बैकग्राउंड का आवाज हैम्पर ना करे वेबिनार को. सो आप म्यूट मोड में रहेंगे. प्लीज आपका क्वेश्चन आप टाइप कीजिएगा. एंड यस, ये वेबिनार बाइलिंगुअल है. माय हिंदी इज नॉट दैट ग्रेट, बट मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि जितनी अच्छी तरह से हो सके आपको हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करे ये RSI के कॉन्सेप्ट्स. आपका जो क्वेश्चन रहेगा प्लीज उनको इंग्लिश में ही रखिएगा. इट विल बी इजियर फॉर मी टू अंडरस्टैंड देम. आंसर तो मैं दोनों लैंग्वेज में कर दूंगा. Those who I'm sure many will be there who are probably not aware whether I'm capable enough to take today's webinar on RSI or not. Briefly, मैं अपने आप को थोड़ा बहुत introduce कर देता हूँ. My name is Abhijit. There's a website. I'm a SEBI registered research analyst, a trader and trainer. You can check details मेरे बारे में और जानने के लिए. You can check my website, which is over here, abhijitpaul.com. मैं 2002 से stock market, Indian stock market में हूँ. I started my career in Calcutta with Kotak Securities. फिर मैं 10 साल बॉम्बे रहा हूँ. I have worked in various institutions. और 2012 के आसपास I had resigned and probably retired from doing jobs. At that point of time, मैं BRIC Securities में AVP था for the alternative research desk. My passion has been completely into the stock market from charts point of view. So charts is what I understand. Passionate about the markets to some extent, yes. Also passionate equally to share whatever I gather within the process. So मेरे बारे में और जानने के लिए you can definitely check my website. उसमें मेरा एक ऑफिस का नंबर और ईमेल आईडी भी दिया हुआ है. You can connect with me. At the end of the webinar मैं अपना पर्सनल ईमेल आईडी भी आपके साथ शेयर करूंगा. आपको कोई भी डाउट्स रहा pertaining to the subject, pertaining to the concepts, you can check with me. सिर्फ एक रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा. there will be just one small request कि सोचिए आपने रिलायंस खरीदा है 1000 रुपए में और वो नीचे 780 आ जाता है. अब क्या करें ये मुझे मत पूछिएगा कि सर मैंने 1000 में लिया था, अब 700 750 आ गया, मैं क्या करूं, मैं फंस गया. Apart from that, any kind of questions pertaining to the markets, uh, if I'm being able to help you, I'll be very happy to do that. If I'm not, I will try and connect with you someone who will be able to help you in that. Okay, so with that quick intro, let's get in going with today's webinar on the relative strength index. Now relative strength index एक ऐसा indicator है which is not new. It was developed by Mr. Wallace Wilder Jr. in 1978, and in this book, The New Concepts in Technical Trading Systems, J. Wallace Wilder Jr. 1978 में कुछ 6 different indicators develop करके he had written this book. The ADX is a part of this. The swing indicator is a part of this. The RSI is very much an integral part of this. Of all the indicators that he developed, ये relative strength index is extremely dynamic. ये एक मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर है बिल्कुल, बट अगर मुझे पूछा जाए तो ये एक मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर सब चीजों का काम कर सकता है. ट्रेंड बता सकता है, मोमेंटम बता सकता है. ऐसा भी टेक्निक्स है जिससे हम आरएसआई यूज करके टारगेट्स भी निकाल सकते हैं. यस, इट्स पॉसिबल. सो इट्स अ वेरी डायनामिक इंडिकेटर. इट्स अ वेरी यूनिक डायनामिक इंडिकेटर. इसको कैसे यूज किया जा सकता है फॉर आवर डे टू डे अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ ट्रेडिंग, पिन पॉइंटिंग योर एंट्रीज एंड एग्जिट्स एंड स्टॉप लॉस, एवरीथिंग कैन बी डन. ओके, क्विकली इंद्र ने पूछा है दैट शैल वी गेट द रिकॉर्डिंग और नॉट. दिस यू हैव टू चेक विद द कोऑर्डिनेटर्स, एंड संजुक्ता हैज mentioned about that she cannot hear it. I'm sure we have the coordinators who will take care of these questions. Now मैं थोड़ा बेसिक से स्टार्ट करना चाहूंगा. आरएसआई है क्या, ये कैलकुलेट कैसे होता है, इसके प्रोज एंड कॉन्स क्या है. मैं कुछ बेसिक्स बोलूंगा. दीज आर द बेसिक्स अबाउट व्हाट यू कैन प्रोबेबली गेट इन एनी अदर बुक. बेसिक्स का फाउंडेशन ले करेंगे एंड धीरे धीरे फिर मैं आपको डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स बताऊंगा जिससे कि आप आरएसआई को और अच्छी तरह से यू कैन यूटिलाइज आरएसआई इन अ फार बेटर मैनर. चलिए, let's try and understand what the RSI is to begin with. First thing you need to understand is that relative strength index, or the RSI as we name it, is a momentum indicator. Momentum indicator. Now, if you have done any kind of training with me before, अगर आप मेरे साथ पहले कोई भी किस्म के ट्रेनिंग में इन्वॉल्व हुए होंगे तो you will know that I have a unique way of explaining it to you what the concept of momentum is. ये momentum होता क्या है, ये काम कैसे करता है, ये explain करना थोड़ा जरूरी है. So what I'll do, I'll take a little 5 minutes time and I'll explain to you why momentum, ये मोमेंटम का कॉन्सेप्ट क्यों इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है फ्रॉम अ ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव. क्यों सारे के सारे ट्रेडर्स, ऑल ऑफ अस डू ट्रेड, दे पे अ लॉट ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंस टू दिस वन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मोमेंटम. चलिए, इसको समझने के लिए, टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इन अ बेटर मैनर, आई विल ड्रॉ अ स्मॉल क्रिकेट बॉल इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. ओके, दिस इज अ क्रिकेट बॉल. अगर आप इंडिया में रहते हैं तो आपको बहुत अच्छी तरह से पता है क्रिकेट बॉल कैसा दिखता है. यू टेक अ क्रिकेट बॉल एंड यू गो टू द ग्राउंड आउटसाइड. आप ग्राउंड में जाते हैं क्रिकेट बॉल को लेके, एंड आई विल रिक्वेस्ट यू कि जोर से ऊपर की तरफ फेंकिए इसको. थ्रो द बॉल एज हार्ड एज यू कैन अप इन द एयर. द मोमेंट द बॉल लीव्स योर हैंड, ये क्रिकेट बॉल सीधा ऊपर जाना चालू करता है. अगर मैं आपको पूछूं, इफ आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द बॉल, आप बोलेंगे द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द बॉल इज ऑन द अपसाइड. फिर मैं आपको पूछूंगा कि व्हाट इज द मोमेंटम एट विच इट इज गोइंग अप, मींस ये कितने तेजी से ऊपर जा रहा है. हर एक इंच जब ये ऊपर की तरफ कवर कर रहा है, कितने तेजी के साथ कर रहा है. द रेट ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन इज वेरी वेरी हाई, मोमेंटम इज वेरी हाई, डायरेक्शन इज अप. नाउ डिपेंड करता है आप आज दोपहर को कितनी अच्छी तरह से खा पी के आए हैं। जितना जोर से आप फेंकेंगे उतना ऊपर ये बॉल ट्रैवल कर पाएगा। बट आफ्टर अ सर्टेन डिस्टेंस, आफ्टर अ सर्टेन हाइट, ये आपका क्रिकेट बॉल ऊपर तो जाएगा बट धीरे धीरे इससे मोमेंटम निकलता जाएगा। मींस इस स्टेज में इस क्रिकेट बॉल का डायरेक्शन तो अप है ही, बट अगर हम पूछे इसका मोमेंटम, देन इसका मोमेंटम लो है। मतलब ये ऊपर जा रहा है, इट्स गोइंग अप बट एट अ मच स्लोअर पेस। द पेस, द मोमेंटम इज लोअरिंग, धीरे धीरे निकल रहा है। निकलते निकलते एक ऐसा स्टेज आएगा जब ये क्रिकेट बॉल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ अ सेकेंड के लिए थम जाएगा, रुक जाएगा, और इसमें इसके अंदर ना ही कोई डायरेक्शन होगा और किसी डायरेक्शन की तरफ जाने के लिए ना ही कोई मोमेंटम होगा। सो फॉर अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ अ सेकेंड दिस क्रिकेट बॉल विल हैव no direction to go towards, and it will also have no momentum to go towards any kind of direction. I personally name this stage for the cricket ball a stage of moksha. Moksha means he has reached, or he or she has reached the ultimate of doing nothing, going nothing, doing nothing, going nowhere, meeting no one, nothing to do, nothing to guess, just zero, nothing. And when this fraction of a second's bliss ends, we all know what is the future of the cricket ball after this. We know very well कि इसके बाद the cricket ball turns down. It will fall. Now, in the stock market, technically prices also behave very very similar to this. Stock market में prices का behavior भी काफी हद तक ऐसा ही है। एक स्टेज रहता है जब एक स्टॉक हायर हाईज हायर लोज बना के अप ट्रेंड में होता है, इट गोज अप, एंड इन दिस काइंड ऑफ एन अप ट्रेंड, जब आप कोई भी ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर को पूछते हैं, व्हेन यू आस्क एनी ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर्स व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड ऑफ द मार्केट, एंड द आंसर इज द ट्रेंड इज अप। आइदर आप मूविंग एवरेज यूज करें या डाउ थ्योरी का हायर हाईज हायर लोज कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करें या एमएसीडी यूज करें या कोई भी अगर ट्रेंड डिफाइनिंग इंडिकेटर यूज करते हैं, then the answer will come that the trend is up. Very nice. But then सिर्फ ट्रेंड या डायरेक्शन से काम नहीं बनेगा, आपको ये भी पूछना पड़ेगा कि ट्रेंड तो ऊपर जा रहा है, the trend is up, but what about the momentum? Is it going up with momentum या फिर ये ऊपर जा रहा है बिना मोमेंटम के? जब तक एक स्टॉक मोमेंटम के साथ ऊपर या नीचे जाता है, whenever a stock trends with momentum, that direction continues. So in this case also, the direction will continue. However, a stage will come when the direction and the momentum will diverge. यहां पे वो स्टेज बनता है जहां पे ट्रेंड तो ऊपर की तरफ है बट मोमेंटम नीचे की तरफ है। So in Hindi language, using the Hindi language, that is, I term this rally, this part of the market, when it rallies from the low of this to this point of the market, I term this market as lene wala market, but this is the movement in the market which you can buy into. आप खरीद सकते हैं, इस रैली में आप खरीद के काम कर सकते हैं। एंड ऊपर में this part of the rally I term it देने वाला रैली, मीन्स ये ऊपर जा तो रहा है लेकिन ये ऊपर जा रहा है नीचे आने के लिए। सो इस रैली में आप इसको बेचिए। please understand something. Why all of us, all the trader community or people who use charts to trade, they pay a lot of respect and importance to momentum. इसका एक main reason ये निकल के आता है that this concept of momentum is leading in nature. It is leading in nature. मतलब पहले से ही बता पा रहा है. It can tell us before the eventual fall happens that it is going to fall. It is not a lagging indicator, it's a leading indicator. And for a trader, for a successful trader, most important, one of the very important aspects of successful trading using charts will be timing the market. Timing the market मतलब आप ये चार्ट देखिए निफ्टी का, किसी ने अगर 11,000 में खरीदा होगा इन द मंथ ऑफ फेब, ठीक है, और टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ फेब, जब फेब खत्म हुआ, इन दैट 1 मंथ हिज एक्सपीरियंस इन द इंडियन स्टॉक मार्केट, और अगर किसी ने एंड ऑफ मार्च में खरीदा है और हम लोग अभी एंड ऑफ अप्रैल में बैठे, ये महीने में किसी का एक्सपीरियंस इंडियन स्टॉक मार्केट में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंट होगा. So when are you timing the market? At what juncture of time are you entering the market? Plays a very, very important role. आप थोड़ा सा भी एक हफ्ता, एक महीना भी डिले हो जाते हैं तो आपका पूरा का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट, पूरा का पूरा माजरा चेंज हो जाता है. Okay? So timing plays an extremely important role in trading. And that is why momentum comes into play. Because momentum time के पहले बता देता है अपने को. Momentum tells us beforehand whether the trend is going to continue or whether the trend is going to reverse down. This is a leading indicator, and that's why momentum is very important. And momentum indicators के अंदर, amongst many other momentum indicators, I'll just quickly jot down few of them for you. There are a long list of momentum indicators in the market, of which few that I can suggest you to go through. Rate of change is a momentum indicator. RSI, आज का webinar इसी पे है, is a very important momentum indicator. Stochastics is also a momentum indicator. Then there is Williams percentage R, which plays the role of a momentum indicator. MACD histogram does a pretty good role of momentum to understand the momentum. In fact, MACD itself is a hybrid indicator जो momentum और trend दोनों का ही काम करता है. So you understand the point that I'm making here is यार momentum समझने के लिए सिर्फ एक indicator नहीं है. There are many indicators. Every indicator has its own pros and cons. ऐसा कोई भी indicator नहीं है जो जिसका सिर्फ प्लस साइड ही है, जो एकदम आमिर खान जैसा एक्टिंग करता है. टू गुड, टू परफेक्ट, टू मच गुड, यू नो. बट देन इफ इट्स टू परफेक्ट, इट मे नॉट फील सो गुड, यू नो. ऑनेस्टली, आई लाइक द वे ही एक्ट्स, आई लाइक हिज चॉइस ऑफ मूवीज, बट आई डोंट लाइक द वे व्हाट कम्स आउट. इट्स प्रोबेबली टू गुड टू अप्रिशिएट, यू नो. So the point is, all these long list of momentum indicators, इसके अंदर भी कुछ pros and cons है. We have to choose based on our requirements. अपने को choice करना चाहिए based on अपने को क्या चाहिए, और क्या चाहिए के लिए समझना जरूरी है कि किसमें खामियां ज्यादा है और किसका स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा है. The good thing is, मैंने ये सब एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन कर लिया है अपने करियर में, और मैं आपको एक चीट शीट दे रहा हूं कि RSI जैसा मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर मिलना मुश्किल है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई, ऐसा, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है, it doesn't mean that Williams percentage R is a bad momentum indicator or stochastics is a bad momentum indicator. Not at all. But RSI is far more dynamic. और मैं ये क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Not because of the fact कि मैं RSI यूज करता हूँ या मुझे RSI समझ में ज्यादा आता है, या probably I have not read about the other indicators. Not that. I have read, understood, implemented, lost money in most of these indicators, and then after that I am telling you that RSI stands out. And I can prove it to you. I will definitely prove it to you why I say that RSI is very, very dynamic momentum indicator to use. This is the concept of momentum, and within momentum, we will use relative strength index RSI. I told you about Wallace Wilder Jr. 1978. This is that book where he introduces RSI. In this book, whichever indicator he formulated, he always took the time period of 14 days, 14 period, or 14 bars. Obviously 1978 में वो डेली चार्ट पे ही ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे थे, तो 14 दिन का ही कंसीडर किया जा सकता है. So this was his default parameter. This is his default parameter. Now 14 period choose करने के पीछे उनका एक logic है. He has a reason why he chose 14, because 14 is half of the lunar cycle. You know, there is a moon outside in the sky. अभी बाहर देखेंगे तो आपको दिख भी सकता है. वेस्टर्न इंडिया में, मुंबई में तो आपको दिखेगा नहीं. सन दिखेगा अभी 7 साढ़े 7 बजे के बाद दिखेगा आपको. इनफैक्ट बहुत अच्छा सा आपको मून दिखेगा, बिकॉज बुद्ध पूर्णिमा आ रहा है. सो लूनर साइकिल इज अ साइकिल ऑफ द मून विच द टाइम इट टेक्स टू ट्रैवल अ कंप्लीट सर्कल ऑफ द अर्थ, एंड दिस टेक्स अराउंड 28 days. और इसका अगर हाफ ले, दैट बॉइल्स डाउन टू 14 days, right? So Wallace Wilder Jr. thought so, believed so, that the lunar cycle has an important role to play in the psychology of behavior of the investor community. Well, he is right. Means I completely agree with him that the position of the moon plays a very important role in the behavior of the people. Very, very true fact. And उन्होंने इसका ही half 14 days को consider किया for all his indicators. So when you look at this chart down here, आपके नीचे जो ये red line है, this is the relative strength index of 14 period. By default, आज के explanation में whatever we do pertaining to the relative strength index, हम लोग 14 period ही use करेंगे. So the default time period that he has taken is 14 days, and he has calculated, उन्होंने RSI का फॉर्मूला ऐसे बनाया कि RSI का वैल्यू will never go below 0 and it will never also go above 100. मतलब नेगेटिव कभी होगा नहीं और 100 के ऊपर कभी जाएगा नहीं. जब ऐसा रूल बन जाता है कि ऊपर का एक सीलिंग हो गया और नीचे का एक फ्लोर बन गया, तो बीच का जो इंडिकेटर है वो ऊपर नीचे होते रहता है. और ये ऊपर नीचे होने का जो इंडिकेटर है, an indicator which moves like this within a band of a higher ceiling and a lower floor is called an oscillator. So RSI is obviously an indicator, but it is also called an oscillator. Oscillator जो oscillate करता है. अगर कोई भी इंडिकेटर ऑसिलेट कर रहा है और उसका ऊपर का सीलिंग डिफाइंड है, नीचे का फ्लोर भी डिफाइंड है, तो वहां से एक एक्सट्रीम्स निकल के आते हैं. यू गेट सम एक्सट्रीम प्राइस पॉइंट्स. एक्सट्रीम पॉइंट्स या फिर एक्सट्रीम जोन्स, जब भी ये एक्सट्रीम जोन पे चला जाता है, वहां से वो दूसरे तरफ के तरफ मूव करना स्टार्ट करता है. सो दीज एक्सट्रीम पॉइंट्स आर दोज जोन्स. वंस द इंडिकेटर रीचेस दैट zone, it turns around and goes in the other direction. So what are these extreme zones for RSI? They are the overbought and oversold. Okay, so what is the overbought? So for an RSI, according to Wallace Wilder, 70 is an overbought territory, and towards the bottom 30 is the oversold territory. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ that the RSI indicator, if it goes above 70, this zones are overbought, means too much buying has happened. बहुत ज्यादा बाइंग हो चुका है, यहाँ पे बाइंग ना करे तो ही बेटर है. सिमिलरली अगर नीचे आके 30 के नीचे चला जाता है, then these are oversold. Too much selling, overselling has happened. Overselling मतलब ये नहीं कि आप खरीद ले. Oversold does not mean you buy. Oversold means that you don't sell. Overbought does not mean that you sell. Overbought indicator का होना मतलब that you don't buy. This is a place where you should not be buying. So 70-30 according to Wallace Wilder is the overbought and oversold zone. इसी जोन से, इसी रेंज से हमारा पहला टेक्निक ऑफ आरएसआई निकल के आएगा, which is the ranges, the bull range and the bear range. Very simple, but trust me, very very powerful. Now let me quickly finish the basics of RSI जो मैं start किया हूँ. The other level that Wallace Wilder suggested one should keep a close watch on is the midline. The midline is the 50 line. Is like the middle line. 50 के ऊपर होना considered good momentum, positive market. 50 के नीचे होना is low momentum, bearish scenario for the market. Now, these are the basics that you will find about the relative strength index in any book, or most of the books. This is what you will find. Overbought, oversold, 70, 30, 14 period RSI. Generally, I have met many traders जो 70 के ऊपर जाने से ही बेच देते हैं और 30 के नीचे आने से ही खरीद लेते हैं. It doesn't work that way. You should not do that. करने से कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. What are the ways in which we will be using the RSI? Before I take you to the first pointer of today's discussion, which is the bull range and the bear range of the relative strength index, let me quickly ask you if you have any other questions pertaining to these basics. Sound is cracking. Okay, it's coming perfectly from my throat, but probably due to internet connection ho sakta hai. Indra and rest of you, if you face any issues with the audio or the video, a quick jugaad or a quick totka for this online classes which I have experienced over the last three years is quickly meeting se nikal ke, if you just join back the meeting, it takes care of the problem. Okay, agar nahi hota, you can definitely check with our coordinators. Sound is perfect, that's good, it's clear. Does it work standalone basis or we have to combine with other tools? Victor is saying, does it work standalone or combined with other tools? Well, Victor, this is one of those rare indicators जो standalone भी अच्छा काम करता है. It works pretty good standalone, but honestly, in the market, nothing stands alone except price. Price ultimate. Okay, RSI is a derivative of price. RSI का calculation, derivation, price से निकल के आता है. So अगर मैं, if I tell you that standalone it's a very good indicator, it's partially true. But if I say in conjunction with price, अगर मैं price के साथ इसको नाप तोल करता हूँ, if I check with the behavior of price and the behavior of RSI, then it stands out to be a very good indicator. You need not, may not use anything else that is any other indicator, not even volumes. Okay. I'm sorry, attendee number 45, I can't see your name, so I have to call you by your number. It sounds very odd, like a jailer asking to his to the guy who's there in the jail. Not so good, the criminal. So the attendee number 45 is asking, can we use this intraday or only for positional? You can use this for anything, any time frame, any asset class. Daily, weekly, intraday, 5-minute, Nifty, Bank Nifty, stocks, currency, commodity, Bitcoin also. Any asset class, any time frame, RSI 14 works exactly the same. The only thing you should keep in mind, एक ही चीज जो हम लोग, when we do technical analysis or technical trading, is that जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट हम लोग ट्रेड और इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं जिसपे it should be highly. 5 o'clock. Thank you, Veena. That is my laptop giving an update of the time. So thanks a lot. So एक चीज आप ध्यान रखेंगे, you should keep in mind that instrument, that stock, that index should be highly liquid. Means उसमें large numbers of buyers and sellers, बहुत सारे trades, bid and ask spread बहुत कम होना चाहिए, मतलब बहुत active counter होना चाहिए. जितना ज्यादा volumes, greater the number of buyers and sellers, beautiful will be the price discovery, beautifully will these concepts of technical analysis work. If it's a stock or an index जहाँ पे ज्यादा लोग खरीदा बेचा नहीं कर रहे, where the volumes and liquidity is very very shallow, price discovery अच्छा नहीं है, these kinds of concepts will work but not as beautifully as they will work. So yes, any asset class, any time frame, attendee number 45, these concepts will work. Loud and clear it is. All right, it was with your internet connection. Audio fine, sounds fine, crystal clear. Sir, Bhav Bhagwan hai. Yes, Suraj, you're right. And Suraj says Bhav Bhagwan hai. He's completely right. Price is God. Bhav Bhagwan che. And attendee number 63. Again, I'm sorry, I'm calling you by your number. There are certain times where RSI never touch 70. Yes, of course, there are possibility that RSI will not even come close to 70. What does it mean? Iska matlab kya hai? That's exactly what I'll make you understand in the first section of today's 3 unique ways, the ranges, the RSI ranges. What parameters are considered for calculating RSI? Well, Arjun, for calculating RSI, the only parameter which is used is price. And price के 4 भाग होते हैं, open, high, low, close. RSI calculation में सिर्फ close लिया जाता है. Amongst the 4 price points, open, high, low and close is considered to be the most important of all 4. So that is why closing price पे calculate होता है. Does it work only for range bound markets, Srishan? Yes, the book says so. The theory says so कि यार oscillators ना range bound market में works really well, trending markets में does not work so well. It is partially true. ठीक है? It is partially true क्योंकि अगर आपको आता है ठीक से यूज करना तो आप रेंज बाउंड मार्केट में भी यूज कर देंगे और ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट में भी यूज करके दिखा देंगे. So the point is, yes, it is more efficient in range bound market, but in trending market it is equally efficient. The only thing is you need to know how to use it. So Sangeeta is asking that whether should RSI be compulsory above 30 or below to work perfectly? Well, hold on to that, Sangeeta, because I will be now showing you the ranges. 70-30 is something that अपने को यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. We should not be using it. तो क्या करना चाहिए? That is the first section which once I'm done with the questions, I'll take you there. It's good to master one leading. Is it good to be a master of one leading indicator? Sanjukta, I will suggest so. Well, in trading and to a lot of extent in your own life, I'd say less is more. Well, less is more all the time. You keep it simple. You keep it less. I think it will add more value to your trading and life. So keeping it simpler, keeping it lesser will add far more value. A good experiment for this is me myself. Earlier, much earlier, like any new technical trader will have long list of indicators, a long list of checkout points, less profits. Now, only 1 or 2 indicator, very less checkout points, much greater profits. The clarity is there because the scope of confusion is less. So yes, mastering only one can take care of it completely. Sanjay, I told you when I answered the previous question, yes, it works in all time frames. Intraday में भी काम करता है. What are the best time frames to use RSI? Any time frame is good to use RSI, Gaurav. Any time frame, because अगर इंडिकेटर रोबस्ट हुआ ना, इफ द इंडिकेटर इज स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड रोबस्ट, वो हर टाइम फ्रेम में काम करेगा. अगर आपके पास ऐसा एक इंडिकेटर है जो नहीं सिर्फ डेली चार्ट पे ही काम करता है, 60 में काम नहीं करता है, वीकली में ठीक ठाक काम करता है, मंथली में बहुत अच्छा काम करता है, देन गौरव इट्स नॉट अ गुड इंडिकेटर. साइन ऑफ अ गुड इंडिकेटर इज, यार तुम उसको बैटिंग बैट्समैन पिच दे दे, बोलर्स पिच दे दे, फ्लैट पिच दे दे, कोई भी पिच दे दे, वो तेरे को 50 रन करके दे देगा. दैट्स द साइन ऑफ अ गुड इंडिकेटर. दैट्स अ गुड बैट्समैन. पिच मतलब ही नहीं रखता है, राइट? Okay, 45 is Mr. Kunal Shah. All right, Kunal. So I hope I've managed to answer your question. I have checked in some charting software, they use 80 as overbought, 20 as oversold. Indra, I'll come to that in my next discussion, whether less than 14 period can also be used. Ravinder, yes, less than 14 period can be used. I have used as small as 2 period. I have used 9 period, 10 periods. Yes, you can experiment with different periods, but 14 works well. Okay. Samir says, hi Abhijit, does 14 bars work with all time frames? Yes, Samir, 14 works with all time frames. 1 minute time frame, 1 month time frame, 14 works. Should I stick to one indicator or more than one? Sanjukta, that is completely your call. If one takes care of all your work, why would you need another one, right? We use 14 just because it presents the lunar cycle. Do you think it is unscientific? No. I think it's completely scientific. It's 100% scientific. If you want me to explain this to you, I can take 2 minutes and explain this to you, Sunil, and the rest of you. Sunil is asking why 14 using the lunar cycle के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है. It is completely unscientific. Well, let me explain this to you. I'll just take 30 seconds or 1 minute. Okay. Then I'll straight away go to the first section. Well, there is a moon outside and there is a new moon and full moon. I think in day after tomorrow there is a Buddha Purnima, which is, I think, a full moon. It's a Purnima. Purnima means a full moon. Now, Sunil, you must be, we must be, everyone should be scientifically aware that there is something called a high tide and a low tide, right? A high tide and a low tide is because of the pull and push of the gravity of the earth and the moon. The water bodies in the planet comes up and goes back, right? Sunil, I hope you know this. And we have all experienced this. If you go next to a river tomorrow, you will see how the behavior of the river is or the ocean is. Fine. Now, Sunil and rest of us, how much percentage of your body is water? You can do a quick Google check. You will find out around 70%. Well, Sunil, if the water outside behaves differently due to the pull and push of the earth and the moon, shouldn't the water inside us behave differently due to the pull and push of the earth and the moon? The only thing is, yes, it does behave. The only thing is, we are not aware of it. We don't sense it. Once you sense it, you'll understand that. So it is very, very scientific. Yes, we behave differently during these days. It's not distinctly different that you notice it. It is subtle. That's why you probably do not realize it. All right. So with that quick explanation of why the 14 period, let me quickly take you the first concept of range. Now, theory says 70-30, the overbought and the oversold in that order. Now, what I read many places, experimented myself with also, I realized that there are two stages of the RSI, two phases of the RSI. One is the bull phase, the strong high momentum phase, and the other one is the bear phase, right? The bull phase, when you look in terms of the RSI, and when you use the RSI 14 period over here, for the bull phase, it is 80 on the upside and 40 on the downside. 80 is the overbought and 40 is the oversold. When it comes to the bear phase, these numbers change. When it comes to the bear phase, when you look into the RSI 14 period, the 60 in this case becomes the overbought and the 20 becomes the oversold. So what do I mean by all this? Now, let me now take you to the chart. So everyone, I'll just quickly reiterate the rules for you taking the webinar. Please do not flood any questions right now. Let's go through this section of the bull phase and the bear phase. जब bull phase, bear phase खत्म करेंगे, खत्म करने के बाद मैं आपको पूछूंगा क्वेश्चंस पूछने के लिए pertaining to so far whatever we have covered. ठीक है? Okay, so bull phase and bear phase क्या हुआ? In this, you note over here that I have plotted 80, 40, 60 and 20. As I zoom out, you will notice कि मेरे RSI पे यहाँ पे 4 horizontal dotted lines है. On the top, I have 80, 60, 40, down below 20. Bull phase में RSI आराम से 70 के ऊपर रहता है और 80 के ऊपर पीक आउट करता है, और जब नीचे आता है, इफ इट कम्स डाउन, ये 40 तोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. तो आप आराम से यू कैन गिव अ लिटिल बफर ऑफ 3-5 पॉइंट्स. सो 40 मींस 35, 36, 37 तक आ सकता है. करंटली इफ यू लुक एट द चार्ट ऑफ निफ्टी, ये 40 को तोड़ के नीचे में 34 तक चला गया था. If it goes down all the way down to 34, then it has gone into a bear phase. And if it has gone all the way down to a bear phase, then when it bounces back, ये 60 के ऊपर 70-70 जाना नहीं चाहिए. Currently with the recent rally, Nifty 60 के ऊपर जाके 65 तक गया है. So it's a very, very difficult kind of a market where it has sold off very sharply and gone up also very sharply. So this is very difficult to say whether it is in a clean bull market or in a clean bear market. बोलना थोड़ा difficult है for a Nifty. But अगर आप let's say Jubilant Food ले लेते हैं, you look at Jubilant Food. Jubilant Food को आप देखिए, यहाँ पे वो 32 के लेवल्स पे था, means it's in a bear zone. Bear market में रैलीज के साथ जब RSI बढ़ेगा, when RSI value goes up, 60 के ऊपर 65 के ऊपर जाना नहीं चाहिए. अगर 60-65 के ऊपर चला गया, in this case it went all the way to 76, मतलब यहाँ पे at this juncture Jubilant Food has gone into a bull market, bull phase में पहुंच गया. और bull phase में जब भी करेक्शन आता है, 40 के पास से ही घूम जाना चाहिए. सो जुबिलेंट फूड को अगर आप देखें, इस मूवमेंट के बाद, फ्रॉम दिस मूवमेंट, इट इज कंप्लीटली इन अ बुल फेज. एनी करेक्शन हैज हेल्ड क्लोज टू दैट 40, 45, 41 जोन. इसके नीचे वो गया ही नहीं. सो दिस इज इन अ बुल फेज. आप रिलायंस कम्युनिकेशन देख लीजिए, 80 के ऊपर गया था विद दैट बिग मूव. अगर 80 के ऊपर चला गया तो ये बुल फेज में चला गया. इट हैज गॉन इनटू अ बुल फेज. बुल फेज तब तक ही इंटैक्ट होगा जब तक 40 नहीं तोड़ता. नाउ with this fall, it has comfortably broken 40. It is at 22. Now RCOM has gone into a bear phase. आप सुजलॉन देखते हैं. It went above 60. It should hold 40. It didn't hold 40. As it did not hold 40, 40 के नीचे रहा, so 20 तक ओवरसोल्ड करेगा. देखिए 20 तक गया. ऊपर में जब उछाल आएगा, when it bounce back, ये 60 को नहीं काट पाएगा. अगर 60-65 को काट देता है तो बेयर फेज से बुल फेज में निकल जाएगा. This is a very, very powerful way, very, very simple and powerful way to gauge, to understand बाजार किस फेज में है, कौन से फेज में है. So और भी कुछ स्टॉक्स देखते हैं. Let's say we come to the price watch. We open the निफ्टी 50 स्टॉक्स, आई थिंक ये निफ्टी 500 खुल गया, हाँ दिस इज निफ्टी 50 स्टॉक्स। अदानी पोर्ट्स, अदानी पोर्ट्स देखिए इज गोइंग अप थैंक्स टू द प्राइस मूव, इट्स गोइंग अप एंड ये 60 के पास आके थम गया। नीचे में कहां तक गया था? इट हैड गॉन ऑल द वे टू 31, सो व्हेन इट फेल बिलो 40 it has gone into a bear phase. So what we have here for Adani Port is a bear phase bounce back. यहां 60 के आसपास अगर ये थम जाता है, अगर 60 के आसपास यहाँ के from the level of 397 400, if it gives you a sell signal, then that can lead to a nice fall because RSI is in a bear phase. Now these levels of 60, 80, 20, 40, इसमें थोड़ा सा आप बफर यूज कर सकते हैं. I use a little bit of buffer of 63, 65, 40, 45, 35. So use a little bit of space, use a little bit of your subjectivity. But एक चीज समझिए that when a stock is in a strong momentum on the upside, जब रैली बहुत स्ट्रांग है ऊपर की तरफ, I think Jubilant would be a very good example to understand this point. ये जो करेक्शंस आते हैं ना, ये उतना डीप नहीं होता है, इसीलिए ये 30 तक लेके ही नहीं जाता है. टू टेक द इंडिकेटर डाउन टू 30, इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेलिंग, इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेलिंग. एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट्स में जो स्टॉक स्ट्रॉन्गली अप ट्रेंड में है, वो 30 तक कभी आते ही नहीं है. दे नेवर गो ओवरसोल्ड फॉर यू टू बाय. उनका ओवरसोल्ड लेवल 40 है और उनका ओवरबॉट लेवल 80 के ऊपर है. On the contrary, if we look into some kind of a weak chart, let's say, should we look at something like, I'm just quickly looking at the Nifty 50 stocks if I can find something. Infratel को देखिए, Infratel has gone into a bear phase. कब गया था? 60, 40 होल्ड नहीं कर पाया, 40 के नीचे आ गया. प्रीवियस RSI के लोज इसने तोड़ दे, तोड़ने के बाद इट हैज गॉन इनटू अ बेयर फेज. इस कैंडल के बाद इट हैज एंटर्ड अ बेयर फेज. और अगर ये बेयर फेज इंटैक्ट रहता है, इफ इट हैज टू स्टे इंटैक्ट, उछाल में व्हेनेवर इट बाउंसेस बैक 60 पार नहीं कर पाएगा. कर भी लिया तो एक दिन दो दिन के बाद फिर से 60 के नीचे आ जाएगा. सो Infratel is in a very very weak bear phase. If you use these concepts of बुल फेज एंड बेयर फेज, आपको एक अंदाजा आ जाएगा, क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाएगा दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अ सिनेरियो द स्टॉक इज. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, यू विल ऑल्सो बी एबल टू पिन पॉइंट योर ट्रेड्स. मीन्स अदानी पोर्ट्स का एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. इन अदानी पोर्ट्स, इन दिस चार्ट, अगर आपको इन द नेक्स्ट वीक, अगर आपको इस चार्ट में कहीं पे सेल ऑप्शन दिखे, कहीं पे भी कुछ भी सेल ट्रिगर दिखे, एंड यू नोटिस कि ये बेयर फेज में है और ये 60-65 के आसपास है, एंड चार्ट बता रहा है कि ये नीचे आ सकता है, इट्स अ वेरी वेरी गुड जोन फ्रॉम वेयर यू कैन सेल. ऑन द अदर हैंड, इफ यू लुक एट, लेट्स से Hind Petro has gone into a weak zone. Let's look at over here. Yeah, this is the point that I was trying to explain. Look at Hindustan Unilever. Hindustan Unilever went above 60 on this day. Since then, every correction, it has never gone to 40 or just below 40. So the point that I was trying to make is, सोचिए ये तो bull phase में है, this is in a bull phase, and ये नीचे correction में ये 40 तोड़ के 35. मैंने बोला था you have to give yourself 3, 4, 5 points. थोड़ा बहुत आप थोड़ा buffer रखिए आपके पास. See, you notice that it is in a bull phase and ये 40 तोड़ के just नीचे में hover कर रहा है यहाँ पे. और इस दरमियान अगर आपको कहीं पे डबल बॉटम, ट्रिपल बॉटम, डाइवर्जेंस, कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न, मॉर्निंग स्टार, कुछ भी दिख जाए सपोर्ट के पास, और RSI 40 के आसपास है, प्रीवियसली बुल फेज में था, 40 में थोड़ा टीज कर रहा है 40 का लेवल, तो इस जोन में अगर आपको बाई सिग्नल मिलता है, दे कैन वर्क आउट रियली रियली वेल. These are strong signals which can help you to figure out कि कौन से जोन पे करेक्शन में हम लोग ले सकते हैं या रैली में हम लोग इसको बेच सकते हैं. ओके. Questions. Now this is the concept of bull phase and bear phase. Questions? Let me quickly check. Yes, we will check Reliance, we will check PCG, we will definitely check Bajaj Auto. Sunil is saying that if we act based on RSI indicator, but there are some news about the company which is just opposite, the decision based on the indicator may go wrong. Yes, very much possible. And the other way around is also very much possible, that the news says that the result is very, very bad and the RSI indicator says that it's a buy, then the news can also go wrong. And there are umpteen number of examples where such things happen. Quarterly results comes very bad, the stock goes up 5-7%. So yes, both the things can happen, Sunil. You're completely right. Yes Bank and Tata Global, I'll explain the ranges for that. Okay. RSI take into consideration volume. Ashish Tiwari, no. RSI is a momentum indicator. It only considers price, and even within price, it considers only the closing price. Okay, only price. If I trade in intraday, use 30-minute or 60-minute chart, will the same concept work? Indra, yes. As I explained some time back, कि ये same concept हर एक टाइम फ्रेम में काम करेगा, हर एक एसेट क्लास में काम करेगा. It will work in all time frames and it will work on all asset class. So yesterday's move for RSI, for Reliance or Axis Bank is our classic examples. I'll show them to you. We should draw to RSI for that. Okay, stocks RSI showing value greater than 60, bullish phase. Yes, when a stock consistently stays above the 60-65 zone, and once it goes, let's say crosses 70, it is in a bullish phase. If it's in a bullish phase, or jab wo niche aayega, when it comes down, it should not break 40. It should not break below 40. Manoj, you're completely right. Exact example was Axis Bank, which we saw yesterday. Okay, there's a lot of requests on stocks. I will take them up. So let's say Saregama. Saregama, as you can check, is in a bear phase. ये 60 के level को tease कर रहा है. देखिए 60, 65 को cross नहीं कर पा रहा है. A good deciding factor will be you wait for the RSI to go above the 70 mark. A good deciding factor कि नहीं ये bear phase से पूरी तरह से bull phase में घुस चुका है. आप वेट करो कि बिकॉज काफी मर्तबा मेनी अ टाइम्स इट हैपेंस 60, 65, 66 से फिर से घुमा देता है. सो आई विल से सारेगामा इज स्टिल वेरी मच इन अ बेयर फेज. समवन हैड आस्क्ड अबाउट रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज. Yes, this is Axis Bank, as you can see here. Okay, that's odd. How do I have only data till Thursday? Okay, I have data missing. I have 1 day's data missing. I have data till Thursday, so I don't have yesterday's data. So just bear with me. इसका मतलब ये नहीं आप concept नहीं समझेंगे. In fact, Axis Bank में आप देखिए, this was beautiful. Look over here that the stock goes into a bear phase, bounces back, hits 60. Now interesting होगा कल का candle add करने के बाद ये RSI का value कहाँ जाता है. But look over here, look beautifully how ये 60 cross नहीं कर पाया और कैसे 550 से straight it fell down to 490, right? We would also quickly look into Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries देखिए, classic example, bull phase. कितने बार जब भी नीचे आता है 30 कभी नहीं तोड़ता है, 40 के आसपास से घूम जाता है, 40 के आसपास से घूम जाता है. So it is holding 40, 38, 37, these kind of levels consistently because Reliance continues to stay in a bull phase. आपका नजरिया, your outlook on Reliance should be on the positive side. Okay, so can we use Ichimoku cloud with RSI? Definitely you can. You can use Ichimoku Kinku Hyo with RSI. Venkata Ramani, definitely you can. If RSI is on top, it means we should be with the trade and should not exit until it reaches 40. Well, Nitin, these बेयर फेज और बुल फेज जो मैं आपको समझा रहा हूं, ये ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से नहीं है, ये आपको जस्ट समझाता है वेदर द मार्केट, वेदर द स्टॉक एक बुल फेज में है या फिर बेयर फेज में। इट इज नॉट टेलिंग यू कि 60 के ऊपर जाने से खरीदिए या 40 के नीचे गिरने से बेचिए। नो, इट इज जस्ट टेलिंग यू बाजार कौन से फेज में है, कहां पे लेना है बेचना है, वो मैं जब आपको नेक्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट समझाऊंगा, दैट इज वेयर आई टेल यू वेयर टू बाय एंड सेल। Yes, Vijay, you can use RSI below 40, but जैसे मैं आपको समझा रहा था, जैसे मैं बोल रहा था, that you should give yourself a little bit of buffer, like 35, or best would be आप wait कीजिए, wait for it to break below 30. That's the best thing. The bear phase range, Pawan, is on the top 60, on the down 20. How to use bull and bear phase in trending market? Sorry, attendee number 63, I don't have your name. देखिए, आप यहीं पे क्लियरली देखिए, फॉर एग्जांपल जुबिलेंट फूड ही देखिए, बिकॉज यू वांट टू सी अ ट्रेंडिंग स्टॉक। दिस इज अ ब्यूटीफुल ट्रेंडिंग स्टॉक, कोई दोहराई नहीं है, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट। हाउ डू यू यूज द 80-40 रूल? जब भी ये नीचे आता है और जब तक 40 के आसपास आता है, द मोमेंट इट कम्स डाउन बैक टू इट्स प्रीवियस लोज व्हिच इज क्लोज टू 40, व्हाट डू यू गेट? यू गेट अ बाउंस बैक। जब तक 40 नहीं तोड़ता है एंड इन अ ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट इट कम्स डाउन क्लोज टू दैट 40, यू नो दिस इज अ गुड जोन जहां पे मूवमेंट आ सकता है ऊपर की तरफ। सिमिलरली अगर बेयर फेज में हुआ और उछला और 60 के आसपास आया, दैट्स अ गुड जोन जहां पे आप उसको बेच सकते हैं। Axis Bank, I have shown it to you. Rain Industries during the presentation better. Okay, Rain is something I don't track, but I'll check with Rain. Kal Singh aa gaya ye. Rain Industries were beautifully in a downtrend. There's no doubt about it. It's below 30. Every time it has bounced back. 60 कभी जा ही नहीं पाया. 54 से घूम जाता है. It's very much in a bear phase. So Rain is in a bear phase. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप इसको बेच देंगे. इसका मतलब ये कि आपका नजरिया इस पे bearish होगा. All right. Okay, I'll take these examples. If I keep on taking BPL and Hindalco, I'll take all of these. Don't worry. But let me now go take you to the next concept. I'll just answer Shrey's question. It's very important. Yes, trend lines can be marked over RSI. And with this, मैं आपको next concept में लेके जाता हूँ. That is the concept of the divergences. Now, RSI में अगर एक concept of many concepts, agar the most important concept, if you ask me, is the concept of classical divergence and hidden divergence. You'll find a YouTube video of mine on obviously on YouTube on this same concept of divergences, but I'll take up the concept of classical divergence and hidden divergence. Many of you might know this, but hear me out, because मैं जब थियोरिटिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग को प्रैक्टिकल चार्ट्स में डाल के ट्रेड कर रहा था पहले, आई नोटिस फेलियर्स वेर मोर, लॉसेस वेर हायर, देन आई हैड टू ट्यून इट, आई हैड टू adjust the theory as per my understanding, as per my need and practical implementation. I made some adjustments, I made some changes, I made some definitional changes, theoretical definitions से हट के. Let me share them with you. So, first, something that you all know, the classical divergence. The classical divergence दो किस्म के होते हैं, positive divergence and negative divergence. पहले positive divergence करते हैं. Positive divergence is a scenario when if the market comes down, bounces back, makes a lower low, bounces back and makes another lower low, something like this. जहां पे आपको दिख रहा है that P0 गिर के P1 तक आया और P1 गिर के P2 तक आया. All these are lower lows. अगर प्राइस का बिहेवियर ऐसा है एंड ड्यूरिंग द सेम पीरियड अगर RSI भी टूटता है, RSI भी नीचे आता है, बाउंस बैक करता है, प्रीवियस लो को तोड़ता है, फिर से बाउंस बैक करता है, एंड यू नोटिस दैट लेट्स से R0 एंड R1 भी R0 से नीचे है, बट अगर R1 से नीचे R2 हो जाता है, if R2 falls below this, then RSI and price, that is momentum and price, hand in hand, दोनों एक साथ चल रहे हैं. जब तक दोनों एक साथ चलते हैं, ट्रेंड विल कंटिन्यू फर्दर एंड इट विल फॉल. हाउएवर, अगर ऐसा ना हो, if this does not happen and the market makes a higher low, if the indicator makes a higher low, price makes a lower low, this is a positive divergence. And positive divergence के बाद there is a very very high tendency of prices to bounce up. ये 2-3 दिन का उछाल हो सकता है, 2-3 हफ्ते का, या 2-3 महीने का हो सकता है, बोलना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. बट एक चीज श्योर है, जब भी आपको ऐसा पॉजिटिव क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस दिखे, अगर आप शॉर्ट हो, इफ यू आर शॉर्ट इन द मार्केट, आपको कवर कर लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज द मार्केट विल बाउंस बैक. दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस. मैं इसको क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस इसीलिए बोल रहा हूं बिकॉज अपने को बाद में समझना है हिडन डाइवर्जेंस क्या होता है. हिडन डाइवर्जेंस इज इक्वली अ स्ट्रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट. अगर ये पॉजिटिव क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस है, देन ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी समथिंग लाइक अ नेगेटिव क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस. So what is a negative classical divergence? Negative classical divergence आएगा when the market is rising. Market goes up, comes down, makes a higher high, comes down and makes another higher high. So what do you see? We see that previous high P0 से बढ़ के स्टॉक गया P1 तक, and P1 से बढ़ के स्टॉक गया P2 तक. And during this movement, during this time, if you notice that the RSI moved from R0, came down, R1 came down and R2. अगर RSI का बिहेवियर ऐसा ही होता प्राइस के जैसे, then there is synergy, there is exactly same symmetry between behavior of price and behavior of RSI. मतलब ये मार्केट और ऊपर जाएगा. लेकिन अगर ऐसा ना होता, और ऐसा ना हो के अगर R2 नीचे होता, so what we have here is a lower high on the RSI, and what we have is a higher high on the price. If we have a higher high on the price and a lower high on the RSI, then this will lead to a quick fall in the market. Negative classic divergence. Now, let me show you some examples. Examples show करके मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा that where does the theory stop working and how should you use it. Step number one. Step number one आप हमेशा याद रखेंगे, thumb rule हमेशा याद रखेंगे that हमेशा लाइन चार्ट में चेंज करना. You should always change the chart type to line to look at divergence. बार चार्ट, कैंडलस्टिक, हाइकेनेशी, फलाना एक्सेट्रा में आपको डाइवर्जेंस क्लीनली नहीं दिखेगा. I repeat, this is a very very important rule. You should always change your chart type to line. Number one. Now, इस चार्ट पे we are on the chart of rain. इसी चार्ट पे there is a clear negative divergence. यहां पे देखिए RSI का वैल्यू नीचे, RSI 14 का वैल्यू नीचे 78.56, क्लोजिंग प्राइस का वैल्यू 438.30. 438.30 से बढ़ के the stock goes up to 461, but look at the value of RSI 76.4, 78.5. Look at the difference. Price higher high, RSI lower high. When you have a situation like this where price has made a higher high, indicator has made a lower high. This is a negative divergence. जब भी आपको ये negative divergence दिखे, immediately change it to a bar chart or a candlestick chart. This was your day. इस बार के लो के नीचे आप बेच दीजिए और इस बार का हाई या फिर रीसेंट जो हाई है उसको स्टॉप लॉस यूज कीजिए. Sell below this candle's low. Fine. Now come over here. It sold off. As it sold off, look at the low. This low is 332.4 and the next low is lower, 330. So 2 रुपए नीचे बंद हुआ. Wait a minute. RSI में देखिए. RSI, this value is 30.42 and the next value is 31.15. So the price has gone 2 rupees lower, the RSI has gone 1 point higher. Positive divergence. The moment you note this positive divergence, turn it into a candlestick. इस हाई के ऊपर खरीद लीजिए, इस लो का स्टॉप लॉस. You will get a move. You'll get a big move, small move, but definitely you will get a move. Now, this was an example of a clear-cut divergence. मैं आपको इसके बाद I will take you and explain something called a divergence count. There is something called the count of divergence. But उसके पहले मैं आपको theoretical divergence क्या होता है वो समझाता हूँ. मतलब बुक्स में क्या लिखा जाता है. बुक्स में लिखा जाता है ऐसा. यहाँ पे देखिए मार्केट ऊपर गया, यहाँ पे देखिए RSI नीचे आया, इसको टर्म कर देते हैं डाइवर्जेंस. अगर हम इसको डाइवर्जेंस बोले, विच इज अ डाइवर्जेंस, बट वी विल टर्म इट डिफरेंटली. अपने को पिन पॉइंट करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा कहां पे एग्जैक्टली बेचना है. सो दीज काइंड ऑफ मूवमेंट्स, जब मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है ऐसा, RSI नीचे आ रहा है ऐसा, वी विल कॉल देम, आई जनरली कॉल देम शिफ्ट ऑफ द रेंज रादर देन डाइवर्जेंस. मैं क्यों शिफ्ट ऑफ द रेंज बोलता हूं, आप एक चीज समझिए. लुक, यू आर कंपेयरिंग, आप इस हाई के साथ इस हाई को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. इस दोनों हाई के बीच में काफी सारे इंटरमीडिएट और माइनर हाइज बने हैं. दे आर नॉट द इमीडिएट हाइज. अब आप इसको कंपेयर कीजिए जो हम लोग ने पहले किया, इसके साथ इसका कंपैरिजन. डिड वी कंपेयर द इमीडिएट हाइज? यस, दिस इज द इमीडिएट हाइज. इन दोनों हाई के बीच में और कोई हाई लो कुछ नहीं है. These were the two immediate highs, one high, low and high, immediate two highs. But if I compare this high with the previous high, there are multiple highs in between. Now here is a secret. The secret is, when we compare the immediate highs or the immediate lows, these divergences work very, very good. So look for immediate highs and immediate lows जब आप एक स्टॉक में डाइवर्जेंस ढूंढ रहे हैं. ऑलवेज लुक फॉर इमीडिएट हाइज एंड इमीडिएट लोज. अगर आप इसके साथ इसको कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, व्हेन यू आर डूइंग अ कंपैरिजन लाइक दिस, आई विल नॉट टर्म इट एज अ क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस, बट आई विल से दैट दिस इज अ रेंज शिफ्ट. मतलब रेन इंडस्ट्रीज का प्राइस 397 का हाई से 462 चला गया, लेकिन RSI का वैल्यू घट गया. सो दिस इज, yes, the cricket ball is going up, but इससे momentum निकल रहा है. That is true. But अगर आपको classic divergence trade करने हैं, always look for immediate highs and immediate lows. ये जो immediate highs and immediate lows है, अब मैं आपको divergence count बताता हूं. जब ये immediate highs and immediate lows है, इसके count अगर 2 से 5 के अंदर हो, if the count is between 2 to 5, those divergences are very, very powerful. How do you count them? How do you get 2 to 5, or what kind of count do these divergences have? मैं आपको दिखाता हूं. You change it into a Japanese candlestick chart. Come to this point. This was your first high point. This one, yeah. Now this was the second point. These were 2 high points. Now you come to this point and you turn it into a Japanese candlestick. This was the candlestick, and after that you count 1, 2, 3. So this divergence count is 3. When it falls in the range of 2 to 5, it's a very, very good divergence. Now you come to this point at the lower part over here. This was the bar, the lowest point, and this was the next lowest point. When you come to this point, turn it into a Japanese candlestick. and look at the count. 1, 2. When the count of the divergence, when the divergence count is less than 5, anything which is 2, 3, 4 or 5, it's very, very good. It's a strong divergence. However, if the count is more than 5, less than 15, it's still okay. If the count is more than 15, it's not a very strong divergence. You look over here, if you count from this point to all the way up till this point, you will get far more than 15 bars. So that's why I'm not terming this as a divergence. I'm saying that this is a range shift. This is a shift in the range of the indicator. Okay, this is classical divergence. Now let's quickly take up some other stocks which few were suggesting. So let's take up Hindalco, turn it into a line chart. See over here, makes a lower low, makes a higher low. Quickly check the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Borderline, not that bad. 6 is the divergence count. Turn it into a, stay into a Japanese candlestick chart. This is the day. Buy above this, low as the stop loss. Zoom. There you go. Come over here, right at the top. 70.1, 70.54. So we don't have a divergence there. By the look of it, मुझे देख के लग रहा था कि यहाँ पे divergence हो सकता है, but figures देख के clearly समझ में आया divergence नहीं है. यहाँ पे देखिए positive divergence है. You see a clear positive divergence down there. There's a clear positive divergence, as you can see, between the price and the indicator. Let's look at the levels. This low, the value of RSI is down here at 28.12. And then as the indicator comes down, as the price comes down, look at the value of RSI. RSI has gone up. So this is a situation where as the price got cheaper down here, the value of RSI went higher. Let me quickly check the divergence count. Turn it into a Japanese candlestick chart. This was the point. So 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. So 3-point divergence. This is the candle. Buy above this, use the low as the stop loss. You can get a good move on the upside. These are classical divergences. Okay, now quickly, I'll open the floor for some questions. Can you just explain? Can you ask me any questions? Target, wait, Jayesh. I'm just telling you high probability setups in which you can enter, okay, and exit with a stop loss. We've not got into targets yet. Man Industries and Tata Global Beverages, please. Okay, Man Industries and Tata Global. So I'll check at Tata Global. Tata Global line graph, it's going fine. It's in a bull zone. It's going above, almost touching 70. Not that bad. Come over here. Do I see 73, 74? I don't see a divergence there. Any kind. See over here, if you notice, यहाँ पे देखिए, from this point, the stock hits lower and lower levels. RSI goes higher and higher level. This is a clean range shift. This is a shift of the range. This is a shift of the range, and this is what we call as a hidden divergence. Hidden divergence, sorry. It's called a hidden signal. This is called a hidden signal. Hidden signal क्या हुआ कि एक divergence के ठीक बाद एक छोटा सा और एक divergence हुआ. See, this is a hidden signal. Hidden signal के बाद इसके ऊपर खरीदिए, इसके नीचे का stop loss. You'll get a move, nice move on the upside. Tata Global, and what was the other stock? Someone had asked for PC Jewelers. PC Jeweler का sorry कल का candle नहीं दिखेगा मेरे पास because I have not downloaded yesterday's data. Look over here, right at the top. 584 goes to 587, 587.35. Look at how the value of RSI is shifting down. Let's look at the count. 1, 2, sell below this. 1, 2, sell below this. Use this as a stop loss. What a move. Now the point is, are we going to get such miracle moves, or are we going to get some 2-3 day moves and then bounce back? It's little difficult to say. There are ways in which we can gauge that, but the important thing, please try and understand, is that when you get a divergence, immediate highs or immediate lows, a sure shot next move is coming up on the other direction. It's very, very high probability of that move coming up. So अगर आप पीसी ज्वेलर में खरीद के बैठे हैं और आपको यहाँ पे डाइवर्जेंस दिखता है क्लीनली, तो आप थोड़ा घटा दीजिए, कमा दीजिए, प्रॉफिट बुक कर लीजिए, एंट्री मत लीजिए. These are the things that you should look into. Okay, questions? Why my audio recording muted, Dilip? आपका like all participants in the webinar or most of the webinars, when there are such a long list of participants, audio is generally muted. आप please आपका question type in कीजिए. I will take care of your answer. Okay. Arjun is saying, please let me understand what is that, please. Ipka Lab, Vakranji. So Vakranji, Arjun is hitting lower circuits one after the other, right? So Vakranji, there you go. So Vakranji is hitting lower circuits one after the other. It's completely gone for a toss. In these kind of charts, I will strongly suggest that you stay away from. But I don't know, if you want to, let's try and understand. Did it make a lower low? Yes. Did it make a higher low? Yes. Did it get a bounce back? Yes. Now is it making a lower low? Yes. Is it making a higher low? Yes. So will it bounce back? Yes, it might. But the only issue is ये तो सर्किट के बाद सर्किट ही लगाते जा रहे हैं नीचे की तरफ. अगर यहाँ से फिर से ऊपर जाना चालू करे, if it does, then it will go up. There is no doubt about it, right? So, but that strongly suggests that it's always preferable to stay away from Arjun stocks like Vakranji and those which are hitting circuits on the upside and downside. Ravinder is asking, is there any scanner on the net which can give you divergence? Well, there are few scanners which can give you divergence, but मैं उन पे उतना भरोसा नहीं करता हूँ. I generally look at the divergence on my own, eyeball them it. आंखों देखे समझने का कोशिश करता हूँ. Why a divergence at all, Xavier? Okay, can you give one example of divergence on 5-minute, 15-minute chart, please? Attendee 63. Definitely, I can do that. Have I loaded intraday data? Let me check. Okay, I'll quickly load some intraday data for you. It'll take just 5-10 seconds. I'm just loading intraday data so that I can show you the viability of this divergence in the shorter time frames. Should be done? Yes, done. Let's go to any stock. Let's go to Tata Steel. Intraday 5-minute chart. Come to the 5-minute chart of Tata Steel. Look over here. Was the stock going up? Yes. Was the RSI coming down? Yes. So the stock comes down. 5-minute chart. Tata Steel on the top. This is not the immediate highs, so I will not consider this. But you can notice there's a range shift. As the stock went up, RSI came down. Look over here. Stock going down, RSI going up, move up. So all these concepts are applicable in all time frames. Intraday, 5-minute, 15-minute, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever time frames, they will work. Right? Buy, sell and SL in the closing basis. Sort of, I will suggest so, yes. If you're using RSI on this regards, और अगर इसके basis पे आप stop loss लगा रहे हैं, then I'll suggest आप closing basis पे लगाए. It's better. You can use it on an intraday basis also. एक चीज याद रखिए, I have observed, अगर आपका divergence का spotting सही जाता है और अगर उसका high या low तोड़ता है, तो वो मुड़ के नहीं दिखता. मतलब आपको SL का नौबत ही नहीं आएगा. अगर चला तो the chances are very high. Yeah, so yes, Floyd, there are continuous divergences one after the other. You will take care of them by placing the orders. For example, there was a divergence here, multiple divergence on Tata Steel. So you spotted a divergence here. So you turn it into a Japanese candlestick. What you will do is sell below this. Keep the high as the stop loss. There was a divergence right after the divergence. That's the hidden signal. You got a fall. So just keep a note on which candle you are confirming the divergence. below that, you sell, or if it's a positive divergence, above that, you buy. Okay. Now this is divergences, classical divergences. Now I'll bring your attention to the third aspect, and probably this is the most powerful aspect of the RSI indicator. The most powerful aspect of RSI indicator, that is the hidden divergence. Now the concept of hidden divergence, there is a negative hidden divergence and there is a positive hidden divergence. Let's quickly look at the positive hidden divergence. The positive hidden divergence comes in a rising market. Markets making higher high, higher low. In this case, you will notice the lows, price naught, price 1, price 2. Please देखिए, पॉजिटिव क्लासिकल में हम लोग लो कंपेयर करते हैं फॉलिंग मार्केट में, पॉजिटिव हिडन में हम लोग लो कंपेयर करते हैं राइजिंग में. नाउ लेट्स कंपेयर दिस विद RSI. RSI goes up, comes down, RSI goes up, comes down, RSI goes up, comes sharply down. So what happened? What happened here is R0 and R1 and R2. R2 is lesser than R1. R2 is lesser than R1, but P2 is greater than P1. So what we have on price is a higher low, and what we have on RSI is a lower low. जब ऐसा situation बनता है when the price has come down, not too much, but the RSI has come off quite sharply, this will lead to a nice bounce back, continuation of the move on the upside. मैं फिर से आपको बताता हूं, पॉजिटिव क्लासिकल फॉलिंग मार्केट में आता है. You compare the lows and the market does the opposite of the trend. The trend was down, now the new trend is on the upside. Compare this with positive hidden. The trend is already up. You are still comparing the lows. Price is higher, RSI is lower. The trend will not reverse. The trend will continue. That's a positive hidden divergence. Now let's look at a negative hidden divergence. The negative hidden divergence will come in a falling market. The market comes down, makes a high, comes down, makes another high, comes down, makes a high, like this. When I compare this with the RSI comes down, makes a high, comes down, makes a lower high, comes down, but this time shoots up and makes a higher high. So RSI lands up making a higher high. So you have R0, R1 and R2. This time we are comparing the highs. So you have P0, P1 and P2. Price is lower. This is a negative hidden divergence, and when you get a negative hidden divergence, price continues on that direction and it falls. So a big differentiating factor between the positive classical and the negative classical, the positive hidden and the classical hidden, is this: क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस प्रीवियस ट्रेंड को घुमा देता है. क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस के बाद ट्रेंड रिवर्स हो जाता है. हिडन डाइवर्जेंस में प्रीवियस ट्रेंड कंटिन्यू होते हैं. इन अ हिडन डाइवर्जेंस द ट्रेंड ऑफ द मार्केट continues. In a classical divergence, the trend of the market reverses. चलिए कुछ आपको examples दिखाते हैं. We will stick to the same RSI 14. No change, no need to change anything. Let's come to the daily chart of Tata Steel. Make it into a line chart. And you, let's say, look into this fall if we can spot any nice divergence, hidden divergence for you. So not much in this fall. Let's look at the rise. Yeah, look here. Look at this point and look at the point down here, 56.58. Tata Steel goes up, comes down, makes a higher low, higher low. This low is higher than the previous low. And if I, okay, sorry, this is also slightly higher. देख के नीचे लगा था. This is also slightly higher. I'll find you a better example. My mistake. No worries. I'll find you a better example. Let's look at this one. मैं एक बार check कर लेता हूँ बोलने के पहले. हाँ, fine. Look at this. Higher low. This low is higher than this. This low is lower than this. This is a hidden positive divergence. यहाँ पे देखिए दो back to back, higher low, higher low, lower low, lower low. सीधा टान दिया. So the previous trend will continue. Look over here. और एक है higher low, lower low, bounce back. Look over here. Higher low, lower low, bounce back. So these are hidden divergence. Tata Steel dekha. I can look into some other stocks which you have recommended. Let's please ask questions. Give me some stocks so that I can show them to you. Ravinder is asking, sir, is there any count also looking for hidden? Yes, Ravinder, the same logic, the same count applies in hidden divergence also. जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया था classical divergence के time पे कि आपका 2 और 5 के बीच में जो divergence बना, those are the strongest count. 5 से 15 will be the next and 15 के ऊपर हो गया तो weak. So the count of divergences is the same with classical as well as the hidden. Okay, hidden signal versus hidden divergence. Hidden signal, Xavier, is you got a negative divergence and right after the negative divergence you get another negative divergence, a smaller one. That is a hidden signal. A hidden divergence is what I just explained to you right now. DHFL, we'll look into it. Mindtree will be a good one. Can you show Axis Bank? I can show you Axis Bank. The only thing Abhay is कल का मेरे पास यहाँ पे data नहीं है. As I showed it to you some time back, please check it at your end. If you have any doubt, you can check with me. मेरे सॉफ्टवेयर में मैंने कल का डेटा अभी तक डाउनलोड किया नहीं है, so I have data till Thursday to show it to you. Bank Nifty would be a good example. Yes, bank. Okay, a lot of stocks that I'm getting to check. Okay, so let's start with Apollo Tyres. Apollo Tyres. Always, please turn it into a line chart. देखिए, higher high, sorry, higher low, lower low. We got a bounce back. The moment we got a bounce back, we got a higher high, but we got a lower high. मतलब hidden के बाद classical बन गया. जब hidden के बाद classical बन जाता है, आप please profit ले लीजिए. Please always take your profits. Look over here, lower low, higher low, count of 2, beautiful bounce back. All right. Look over here, higher low. This is 66.76, 66.53, marginally lower, marginally higher, trend continues, hidden positive divergence. Apollo Tyre, someone said DHFL. DHFL, do we have any signals on this right now? We have positive divergences. I'm looking for hidden divergences for you. Okay, let's look into this move. Do we have any nice hidden divergence on this move? Look over here, beautiful. Is this 243.65, 243.20? No, we don't have a hidden divergence there. Okay, okay, all right. We have a hidden divergence here. Higher and higher, lower and lower. Hidden divergence continues. Look over here. Higher and higher, lower and lower. Bounce back. Higher, lower. Classical negative divergence. Comes down. Comes down. Okay. So just by looking into the classical and the hidden divergences, you can get a good understanding whether the stock is going to continue the trend or the stock is going to reverse the trend. Okay. A good strong point is immediate highs और immediate lows को consider कीजिएगा. Another good point is divergence का count 2 से 5 के अंदर हुआ. If the count of the divergence is between 2 to 5, it's a very strong divergence. 5 to 15 doable. Above 15, I will request you give it a pass. Probably वो divergence के खाते से निकल के रेंज शिफ्ट बन चुका है अगर 15 से ज्यादा काउंट हो गया है तो. Right now I'll quickly explain the third concept to you and then open the floor for all FAQs, for all questions. The third question, the third thing which I have in store for you is this. आप RSI 14 पे एक एक्सपोनेंशियल 9 पीरियड का मूविंग एवरेज प्लॉट कर दीजिए. ठीक है. आप RSI 14 पे 9 पीरियड का, सॉरी एक्सपोनेंशियल नहीं, बेग योर पार्डन, सिंपल 9 पीरियड का मूविंग एवरेज प्लॉट कर दीजिए. ओके. नाउ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग ओवर हियर इज ये जो 9 पीरियड का मूविंग एवरेज है ऑफ RSI 14, ये अगर 60 के ऊपर है ना, इफ दिस red value, if this red line is above the value of 60, this is a strong acceleration phase on the upside. मतलब यहां से तोड़फोड़ ऊपर की तरफ मूवमेंट आ सकता है. On the downside, अगर ये RSI 14 का 9 पीरियड सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज अगर 40-35 के नीचे आ जाता है, if it comes down below, say over here, see over here it has fallen below 40 and it's down to 30s. यहां से big falls, sharp fall on the downside आ सकता है. These are the phases, the acceleration phase, the positive acceleration phase and the negative acceleration phase. So let's say if you are looking at, let's say HCL Tech, someone had asked for HCL Tech. HCL Tech has gone into, see यहाँ पे देखिए, over here, see over here, over here HCL Tech, the red line, which is the average, has gone above 60. It has 60 and a half and all that. Look at the acceleration you got. The big moves generally आते हैं जब ये 60 के ऊपर हो, और big falls, disastrous sharp falls generally आते हैं. This was a fall. Let me show you a bigger perspective. जब ये 40 के नीचे आएगा. So this is a trending stock, right? So इसमें मिलना मुश्किल. हाँ, look here. ये गया 40 के नीचे. Look how it will fall. So generally when you get these kind of signals, जब भी आपको signal दिखे for when you get these kind of a signals, let's say a hidden signal to buy और a hidden signal to sell, आप एक बार स्टेज ऑफ द एक्सेलरेशन भी देख लीजिए. अगर एक्सेलरेशन फेज 60 के ऊपर है तो अगर वो मूवमेंट आया, बहुत जोर का रॉकेट मूवमेंट आ सकता है. और अगर आपको हिडन नेगेटिव मिला और आपको लगता है बाजार टूटेगा, आप क्विकली एक्सेलरेशन फेज देख लीजिए. अगर वो 40 या 35 के नीचे है, यू विल गेट अ गुड मूव, शार्प मूव. यू कैन गेट अ गुड शार्प मूव on the downside. Now if you combine all of them, प्राइस का बिहेवियर देखिए with the help of line chart. RSI 14 रखिए, क्लासिकल डाइवर्जेंस and hidden divergence को कंपेयर कीजिए, and when you do that, a lot of your analysis, a lot of your stock picking timings will be far more easier. Okay. SMA 9, yes, Manoj, simple moving average 9 period of the 14 period RSI. 14 period RSI का 9 period RSI. Cipla, definitely we can show you Cipla. Here we go with Cipla. So Cipla has just entered the acceleration phase with a 9 period above 60, number one. Number two, when I look at price behavior with RSI behavior, it's moving up fine. There's no doubt about it. Quickly range analysis कर लेते हैं. Cipla down bear phase से निकलने का कोशिश कर रहा है. So ये transit में है. देखिए 40 तोड़ दिया था. लुक एट द ब्लू लाइंस. 40 तोड़ दिया था. 25 तक चला गया था. सो इट इज इन अ बेयर फेज. बेयर फेज में 60 निकालना नहीं चाहिए. 60 ने निकाल दिया. इट हैज क्लोज टू 67. सो ये ना इधर का ना उधर का. नाउ इट्स कम इनटू अ काइंड ऑफ अ ट्रांजिट फेज. सो आई विल बी क्लोजली वॉचिंग दैट आरएसआई का वैल्यू नीचे में 60 के नीचे ना जाए. अगर 60 के नीचे चला गया तो प्रोबेबली सिप्ला नीचे घुमा सकता है. ऑलराइट. TVS Motors. TVS Motors. TVS Motors is in a bear phase. 60 के पास रुक रहा है. I don't see any divergence. It's coming down. Acceleration phase कहीं पे कुछ नहीं है. Now, if you get a divergence, how can you figure out the target? मैं आपको ये बता देता हूँ कि अगर आपको कहीं पे divergence दिख जाए, तो आप उससे target कैसे निकालेंगे? For this, I need to find a good divergence to show you. हाँ, nice divergence. Look over here. Lower low. Look at the blue line. Higher low. We've got a positive divergence. What is the divergence count? We've got a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good, not bad. किसके ऊपर लेना है? इस रेड कैंडल के ऊपर. मैं थोड़ा जूम इन कर लेता हूं. इस कैंडल के ऊपर लेना है. इस कैंडल का नीचे का स्टॉप लॉस. टारगेट क्या होगा? टारगेट होगा प्रीवियस स्विंग हाई. यहां से आपको सिग्नल मिल रहा है ना. इसके पहले कहां से टूटा था? ये या फिर ये. The immediate highs is something you will get as the immediate target for the divergence. Divergence targets are always the immediate highs and the immediate lows. I think someone was asking, Mohammed Tahir, hopefully your question is answered. That is how you find out targets using RSI divergence. Mind tree. This is a mind tree. One way up. कभी 40 के नीचे देखिए आया ही नहीं है. पूरा बुल फेज में चल रहा है. It's shooting up way in the acceleration zone. There is no doubt about it. Going beautifully, no divergence. This stock is on a roll. High chance this will continue its rally on the upside. NIIT Tech. NIIT Tech also very much in a bull phase. देखिए कब से ये कभी 40 के नीचे आया ही नहीं है. So it is completely in a bull market. So this is a good move on the upside from the stock. Continues to rally. कोई divergence का scenario नहीं है. It's completely rolling on the upside. Momentum and RSI is intact. Ride the trend. No problem. Okay. Okay. Tata Motors, Bhushan Steel. Thanks. Okay, sir. Any website which allows you to plot SMA on RSI? Does Kite has this option? I think Arjun, Kite has this option. It should have this option. If not, test investing.com, tradingview.com. All these will allow you to plot moving averages on the RSI. Aditi is asking, thanks. Can TSMA be plotted on RSI in charting and chart nexus? Chandy Thomas, please, you have to check it yourself. I don't use either of these platforms. Should be able to. If not, change the platform. Okay. Can you please repeat this concept, Siddharth? I have to check which concept that is. अगर आप targets का बात कर रहे हैं, I'll explain that target to you. TVS Motors, we've checked. KRLB, okay, we'll check KRLB. I just wanted to check, apart from stock names, is there any conceptual questions or not? Do we check hidden positive divergence in bull phase? Indra, very good question. Generally, आपको positive hidden bull phase में ही ज़्यादा मिलेंगे. You will get these in the bull phase, and in the bull phase they will work better. Similarly, the hidden negative, you will get more of them in a bear phase. That is when they work really well. You've got a bear phase, you've got a hidden negative, you've got an acceleration on the downside, go short. You are in a bull phase, you've got a positive hidden, You've got an RSI 9-period SMA above 60. Nice acceleration. Go long. Hit the button hard. It's going to bounce. It's going to shoot up on the upside. Can you please repeat those numbers which you explained in Hindi, Prasad? Sorry, I missed out which numbers. Can you please explain, Mariko? All right. So hidden divergence comes in between the tops and bottom. Victor, that's right. So if you check the difference between the classical and the hidden, quickly check. Classical divergence reverses the previous trend. Hidden divergence continues the previous trend. Classical divergence, in a falling market, you compare the lows. Hidden divergence, you compare the lows in a rising market. Classical divergence, negative classical divergence, you compare the highs. Negative hidden divergence, you also compare the highs, but in this case, the trend is on the downside. Classical divergence is something जो आपको easily दिख जाएगा. Classical divergence is easy to spot, easy to find in the charts, on the charts. Hidden divergence may take you a little time. It might take you a little time to get a hang of these hidden divergences. But just practice, keep your charts clean, keep the line chart, keep the RSI 14, plot the 9-period simple moving average of the RSI, and start observing. Just do it for 3 to 5 days. You'll get a clear, clean understanding of the concepts. Okay. Yes, Bank Nifty would be a good example to take a look at. Okay, so Bank Nifty, we're looking at the Bank Nifty chart for any sign of hidden or classical divergence. Don't see much. Now look over here, Bank Nifty. I don't have yesterday's data, but it was hovering above 60. Now it has come back close to 60. It is in a bear phase. There's no doubt about it. So it will be very interesting to watch. सामने वाला जो हफ्ता आने वाला, it will be very, very interesting to watch market कितना टिकता है यहाँ पे, right? On the Bank Nifty chart, do I have any kind of I have got a range shift. आपको clearly यहाँ पे range shift दिखेगा. देखिए stock Bank Nifty यहाँ से यहाँ नीचे आ गया, but the stock had bounced back. So that's a range shift for you. We've got a beautiful divergence down here, up here, sorry. Look, the market goes up, makes a higher high. RSI comes down, makes a lower high, and this is happening right above the 80 mark. Wow, 80 के ऊपर हो रहा है. What a fall. Okay. Jab gira, it made a lower low. It made a lower low, but this guy made a higher low. This is a positive divergence. And bull phase में देखिए कहाँ पे positive divergence हो रहा है. Where is this positive divergence happening? Right above the 40 mark. You've got to bounce back. So that's how you should integrate all the phase, the divergences concept, and figure out the best of the opportunities. Okay, range shift, Biplab, wake up, is essentially when you're not looking into the immediate highs and the immediate lows. Matlab, look over here. We are looking at immediate highs. This is divergence. Range shift, देखिए, when I'm comparing this low with this low, are they immediate lows? नहीं ना, ये immediate lows नहीं है. इसके बीच में और एक low है, दूसरा low है, ये तीसरा low है. तो अगर हम लोग, if we are comparing these two, मैं generally उसको divergence नहीं बुलाऊंगा. I would probably call them, not probably, I like to call them range shift, because price अपना range तोड़ के नीचे जा रहा है, RSI अपना range तोड़ के ऊपर जा रहा है. It helps us to differentiate between divergence. Divergence generally immediate highs and lows हो ना, तो सबसे अच्छा काम करता है. Divergence, when they are immediate highs and lows, they work the best. Okay. I have attended your moving average session. Can we compile the orderly trend? Yes, very nice, Vittal. You can definitely do that. It will add a lot of clarity to that. Thank you. Bank Nifty RSI 59.40. Thank you, Vijay. So now you know कि Bank Nifty जा तो रहा है ऊपर, लेकिन वो 60 को अभी भी क्रॉस नहीं कर पाया. It's not able to cross that 60 mark. Okay. Please I have a equity software, so all my examples are on equity. Suresh, feel free to check as many metals, as many asset class, cryptocurrency. Just be my guest. Check as many as possible. You will find the same concept over and over again, the same rule. There need not be any change in parameter. There need not be any change of any concept. They will all remain the same. Investing chart में आपको मिल जाएगा definitely Prajak, you'll find them. You'll be able to plot the average on the RSI also. We need to plot charts for classical divergence and hidden divergence to understand better. Concept little confusing. Venkatramani, as I said some time back, yes, hidden divergence will take you a little time. Don't worry. Classic divergence, very easy to spot. Look at them, start practicing them, keep a note, take a screenshot, circle them, write them down, put it on your board. The more you look at them, it will be easier for you to spot them. Trust me, the more you look at charts, the more you spot them, the more you file them, you make a log out of them, it will be easier for you to understand. How do we know that high or low has reached to identify classical divergence? Well, Victor, you will know because you can see it on the charts, right? It's very clear what we saw on Nifty. See over here, higher high, lower high. So on this day, on this particular day, on the 29th of Jan 2018, you could clearly see that the index has gone up, and we could clearly see that the RSI has not gone up. And if that's the case, on that particular day, that particular bar, sell below that low, keep the high as the stop loss. Simple. Okay, Bank Nifty we have seen. Naveen, I think he liked it. Sir, complete the content of webinar and later, if time permits, take example on individual stock. So these are the concepts that I wanted to share. The three simple, unique concepts in which you can utilize RSI. Trust me, if you just stick to these, there are a few more, but even if you stick to these within this time period to make you understand exhaustively these concepts, these three are very useful. Look for extended movements on the upside, classical divergences, on the downside, positive classical divergences. When you've got a big trend in your hand, buy on a dip, look for hidden divergences, positive. Sell on a rise, look for hidden divergences, negative. Simple. Nifty can be making divergences. I'll check. Repeat bull bear phase. That I've done that. Okay. Any other question? Target once again. Sure, Victor. Target is, say for example, as you can see this was the Nifty chart. Did we get a negative divergence? Yes, right over here. What was the previous swing low? Down here. This is the target. Your previous swing low is your target. So 10,700 is my target. It comes down all the way down here. 10,700. Right? You can do them in any time frame. You can trade them. You can use them sort of in the daily, weekly, intraday, 5 minute, 10 minute, any of these time frames you feel to experiment. Those who are new to this concept, one word of caution. Please आप पहले concept को अच्छी तरह से समझिए, understand the concept clearly, then implement. Okay, so try looking at this, start looking at these charts. Spot these divergences, positive, negative, hidden, positive, negative, classical, positive, negative. Find a classic example, spot them, circle them, print them out. Whatever you do, just put them right in front of your eyes. Trust me, there was a couple of students who had taken screenshot of my divergence video and made them their desktop wallpaper till the point they understand them. It actually works well. Once you've understood them, your eyes will adjust to it. You will spot them very easily, effortlessly, seamlessly. Once you start spotting them easily, trading them will be far more easier. Right? Please do that. And okay, attendee number 63, sorry I don't have your name. I do not know whether you will be getting this recording or not. That we have to check with the authorities. Now when it comes to authorities, you can check with me. Good book. I told you, Wallace Wilder Jr. That's the guy, 1978, who developed the indicator. You can definitely go through the book. A good read. Now, talking about authority, you feel free to check with me. As I told you some time back that I'll leave my email ID with you. You can check with me. If you have any doubts, you can drop me an email at alpha.paul@gmail.com. Do just mention that you had joined my webinar and whatever doubts, questions you have pertaining, to any concept, please share with me. एक चीज याद रखिएगा, when you ask me any conceptual question कि सर इसमें पॉजिटिव डाइवर्जेंस है या नहीं है, हिडन डाइवर्जेंस है या नहीं है, प्लीज आप क्लैरिफाई करके दीजिए. Please take a screenshot of that chart and share it with your mail. Till the point I see what you see, I will not be able to answer your question. So जब भी आप अपना डाउट मुझे मेल करें, प्लीज आपका चार्ट का एक स्क्रीनशॉट लेके मुझे मेल कीजिए. स्क्रीनशॉट देखने के बाद ही मुझे समझ में आएगा whether whatever you're looking at is right or not. Okay. Feel free to do that. If you need to connect with me, you can go to my website. There's a phone number there. You can call on that, talk to the person. Later on, you can connect with me on my number later. We'll get back to you. Okay. Also, please, there is a feedback form which is given on the top. Please do not hesitate and please give us your feedback, your explanation, your suggestion, your feedback about this particular webinar. So that we can, going forward, improve further upon them, the way we are conducting these concepts, the way we are conducting there during the time, the technology, etc., etc. Right? You are not active on Twitter. I follow since long. Yes, Saurav. I am not a very good social media person. Hindi में बोलूं तो पकता है. Okay. I like Quora though. I like Quora, but there's so much to do. There's so much happening in the market. Who has the time and energy and intention to put stuff on Twitter? Seriously, everyone has their priorities, right? So somehow, Saurabh, I'm sorry, my priority is not feeding tweets. I'm sorry, but that's sorry who I am. Can't do with that. It was an excellent session. Thank you, Jayesh. I'm happy that you liked it. Yes, there were there were 6 parts broken into the concept of momentum, the calculations of RSI. We spoke about the range shift, the bull and the bear range shift. We spoke about the hidden divergences and the classical divergences. That 5, and the 6 is the acceleration phase, right? So thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for joining in today's webinar. If I've missed out any of your questions, sorry, I was not able to check all your charts because literally you got bombarded with many names of stocks. But I hope, fingers crossed, I pray that you have understood the concept. If you understand the concept, go to that particular chart if I've missed out. Change it into a line chart, put the RSI 14, 9-period simple moving average of the RSI 14, and look. You will find exactly what I was trying to show you. So with that, please enhance your understanding, your analysis of these concepts. Any doubt, feel free to drop in an email with the screenshot. Stay in touch, and there are better ways to stay in touch and stay connected than social media. But all the best from my side. Hope you do the best of trades going forward with the use of these powerful concepts of RSI. All my best wishes with your trades forever. So good luck. I will be ending the webinar now. Any doubts pertaining to the recordings and the webinar, please feel free to check with the coordinators. All right. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. I'll be ending the webinar now. Thanks for joining, and please fill the feedback form. Thank you. Take care and God bless. Bye.